The TVWAN News is proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.
Hello and welcome. This is TVWAN News. Thanks for joining us. In this edition, Pope's message of hope. Minister Ninigi launches Law Journal and Hunter's final run. On a momentous occasion today, the Holy Father arrived at the Government House where he was warmly welcomed by the Governor General, Grand Chief Sir Bob Dadai. The official reception took place at the top of the ramp at the State House entrance, where the Chief of State Protocol facilitated the introduction between the Governor General and the Holy Father.
The Holy Father made a significant stop at the Government House today, where he was officially welcomed by Governor General Grand Chief Sir Bob Dadai. His arrival at the State House was marked by a formal reception at the top of the entrance ramp, where the Chief of State Protocol introduced the Governor General to the esteemed religious leader. As part of the ceremonial proceedings, the Governor General escorted the Holy Father to sign the Book of Honor, located just outside the entrance to the State House Hall. Following the signing, the two leaders proceeded inside for a private one-on-one meeting. The media were granted a brief opportunity to capture images of the Governor General and the Holy Father seated together in the State House before being ushered out to maintain the privacy of their discussions. Following the conclusion of the meeting, Governor General Sir Bob Dadai bid farewell to the Holy Father at the entrance ramp. However, the two would soon meet again, as the Governor General was set to officially receive the Holy Father at APEC House later in the day. The Holy Father departed the Government House en route to APEC House, continuing his official engagements in what has been a historic visit to Papua New Guinea, strengthening the bonds between the Church and the nation's leadership. Carol Kiru Jr., TV1 News.
In welcoming His Holiness Pope Francis to Papua New Guinea, Grand Chief Sir Bob Dadai emphasized the nation's gratitude for the Pope's presence. The Governor General highlighted the Catholic Church's 179-year history in PNG, beginning with the arrival of Marist missionaries in 1845, and recognized the Church's lasting contribution to the country's development in education, healthcare, and spiritual care.
Grand Chief Sir Bob Dadai praised the Catholic Church as a key development partner of the government, supporting children, communities, and future church leaders. He also acknowledged the Vatican's global leadership on critical humanitarian issues such as war, human rights, gender equality, and climate change. He specifically called attention to the challenges posed by climate change, especially rising sea levels affecting PNG's remote islands, and sought the Pope's prayers for urgent global action. The Governor General stressed the importance of respecting women, children, the elderly, and vulnerable populations, and commended the Church's advocacy against violence and human rights abuses. He reiterated the government's commitment to strengthening partnerships with the Church, including funding support for church-run institutions, and recognized the Church's role in providing health and education services in remote areas. Sir Bob concluded by expressing hope that Pope Francis's visit would inspire faith, hope, and love in the nation, and call for prayers for PNG's democracy, leadership.
Pope Francis met with government leaders and Pacific Island leaders this morning at the APEC House in Port Moresby. Those visiting leaders including the President of the Kingdom of Tonga and the Prime Minister of Vanuatu.
Speaking in the Vatican's official language, Latin, Pope Francis opened his speech at the APEC House with gratitude to the authorities for helping the Church in a spirit of mutual cooperation and for the benefit of the common good as he carries out its many activities. His Holiness acknowledged Papua New Guinea's rich natural resources, which are destined by God for the entire community. He stressed that even if outside expats and large international companies get involved in harnessing these resources, it is only right that the needs of local people are given due consideration when distributing the proceeds and employing workers to improve their living conditions. Governor General Grand Chief Sir Bob Dadai, on behalf of the government and the people of Papua New Guinea, said the Pope's presence in PNG is a testament to the enduring spirit of faith that brings us together across oceans and continents.
As a country, we are very grateful. Your Holiness, the Catholic Church is among the key development partners of the government in services delivery in the country.
Sir Bob further stated that life is a right to human beings as created by God, and we believe it has to be recognized and lived holistically in peace and harmony. And the very act of God when he created woman from the ribs of a man exemplifies the indiscriminate connection of gender.
We want to acknowledge the role of women emphasized on the need for protection. A female is not just a mere gender, but a special gift from God to bear a nation.
The Pope concluded his first day of visit at the Shrine of Mary Help at Christians at Don Bosco Technological Institute. He will lead Holy Mass on Sunday and then travel to Vanimo. Freddie Mo, TVWAN News.
Pope Francis arrived in Port Moresby last night, marking the start of his 3-day visit to Papua New Guinea. Government officials and church representatives were at hand to greet him, including a full media crew, both local and international. Across the routes of the papal motorcade, people lined the streets to get a glimpse of the pontiff.
The streets were filled with excitement and anticipation as people sang and prayed while waiting for the Pope to arrive from Indonesia. The Pope arrived after 7 p.m. on Garuda International Airline. As soon as the 87-year-old pontiff exited a plane through the assistance of an amber lift, the 21-gun salute went off. He was wheeled to the end of the staircase of the plane where 2 young girls from Central Province greeted and presented him with flowers and was greeted by the Deputy Prime Minister John Rosso. Chief of Defense Commodore Philip Polewara escorted the Holy Father to the podium, and when he was seated, the ceremonial guard of honor played the national anthems of the Vatican and PNG. Selected government officials and church representatives were given the opportunity to greet the Pope. Among the government dignitaries were the Foreign Affairs Minister Justin Techenko, NCD Governor Powes Pakop, Fisheries Minister Jelta Wong, Police Minister Peter Tiamalili Jr., Southern Islands Governor William Powie and the Foreign Affairs Secretary, among others. Representing the church were a few bishops, including the Archbishop of Port Moresby Archdiocese, Sir John Cardinal Ribard, and the coordinator of the papal visit, Father Lawrence. After almost an hour's program at the APEC terminal, the Pope retired for the night. On the route of his motorcade were people who lined the streets with candles to welcome the Pontiff. The Pope spent the night at the Vatican Embassy, which will be his home for the next 3 days. Ruth Rungola, TV1 News.
The Pope is now at the Shrine of Mary, Help of Christians at the Don Bosco Technical Institute. Following his visit to Caritas, the Pope is inside the shrine, now addressing the bishops, priests, brothers, sisters, deacons, seminarians, and catechists. We now cross over to Ruth at the BTI for an update of what's happening on the ground.
Thank you, Tracy. We are here at Don Bosco Technical College. The Pope is running behind schedule. He was scheduled to arrive here at Don Bosco at 5:40. Unfortunately, he is yet to arrive. The crowd here at Don Bosco has been building up since 1 p.m. this afternoon. People have been arriving in numbers inside the shrine. We already have the religious, the clergy. We have the bishops of Papua New Guinea and Solomon Islands. We have the sisters, the nuns. We have the catechists, the seminarians, and all the lay people inside waiting for the Pope to come. The Pope will address them inside. We're also expecting one of the sisters, one catechist, and one priest to give the Pope an update of their work in the country, their experience working in Papua New Guinea in some of those remote parts of the country. After the Pope addresses the clergy inside the shrine, he is expected to address the crowd here from the balcony of the shrine. About 2,000 people have been registered, 2,000 faithfuls have been registered to participate in this event. However, we also have people from other dioceses who came here to Port Moresby to witness the Pope's arrival here, and we caught up with a group of parishioners from Bougainville who came to Port Moresby but found a way to the Don Bosco Technical Institute to get the chance to get a close-up look of the Pope. So the crowd in Port Moresby is following the Pope wherever he is going in an attempt to get a closer look of him and just to receive the blessings before he goes back to the Vatican. We will now listen to the two women who came from the Bougainville Diocese with their prayer intentions. They have intentions as to why they came to Moresby, and we will now listen to their interviews.
Na mikam lo diocese lo Bougainville parish, Christ the King parish lo Hantoa, which is at the northern tip of Bougainville. Also mi lo side big island, not from Buka Island, but mi hamama straight long come and be part of the big crowd example as what we have now today. Time play bin harim also Holy Father Pope Francis by come already ting belum mi make him happiness mi must come na pa nim toya lo buy ticket na come. So just the presence of being here and being amongst every other Catholics who are now gathered here and who are awaiting the coming of the Pope lo display happy, that in itself may bring him heart to go on top.
Me come lo visit him this la big play event where now me play go gathering lo here today. So me am a master eto sem inside lo Bougainville me play got all different all issues. Especially me come lo central Bougainville. This la hub where crisis even come up. So me been like him also peace must come up inside lo display island Bougainville lo hub me come long em lo Kiata district na central Bougainville.
Step back. 3, 2.
So we have so many other people from other dioceses and also Port Moresby who are here with their own prayer intentions, and just to get a glimpse of the Pope and present their prayer intentions. We have groups from the 22 provinces of Papua New Guinea lining up at the entrance to welcome the Pope, and as I come live to you from Don Bosco, we have the Pope's convoy driving in now. The Pope shall make his way into the shrine and address the religious in there before he addresses the crowd that is waiting patiently outside, eagerly waiting for him to get a glimpse of him and to present their prayer petitions. Back to you, Tracy, at the studio.
Thanks, Ruth, for the update. TV1 News continues when we return. Stay with us.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase Easy Pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSB branch today to register now for BSB Mobile Banking. BSB Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSB, our bank, our people.
He says the best Hunters players come from his region. So does she. But there's one thing that brings everyone together. SB Laga, Bunyamyumi.
Open nets.
A true champion is measured by their courage, their determination, and their passion to never give up and to always keep trying. With a delicious Milo and milk taste and added nutrients, Milo and milk is a great way to fuel our little champions with nourishing energy every day. Because true champions give it their all.
Milo, PNG e Mia. Find PNG made.
Right across the nation, we eat snack crackers. Emi trupla. All get a young planalapun, only like him snacks crackers. Only make him here, no PNG, one-time lay biscuit company. It's crunchy and tasty. It's irresistible.
Welcome back. The Minister for Justice and Attorney General, Pilar Niningi, launched the Attorney General's Law Journal Volume 3 on Thursday, September 5th in Port Moresby. The Attorney General's Law Journal, which was launched by the Minister for Justice Pilar Niningi on September 5th in Port Moresby, is part of the series of journals that has been published since 2019, led by the Secretary for the Department of Justice and Attorney General, Dr. Eric Kwa. When launching the journal, Niningi said the journal is one of the key interventions as it promotes legal scholarship and is open to research papers from practitioners in the legal fraternity. The journal brings to light the work practitioners in the legal fraternity do.
It provides a platform for both lawyers and non-lawyers. It encourages legal scholarship and policy discussions.
Niningi said there are 4 parts of the journal: technical favors, case notes, policy papers, and book reviews.
Journal is made of 4 different parts. 1, technical papers. This section is for the lawyers to write on topic of legal issues. 2, case notes. In this section, lawyers are encouraged to write and share the discussions of the Supreme and National Courts. 3, policy papers. This is for the right above the discussions on legal policy. Lawyers and non-lawyers are encouraged to participate in this space. And 4th, book reviews. This is where legal textbooks are reviewed.
Niningi said the challenge in the legal fraternity is that many lawyers do not write. Therefore, he encouraged them to write so that they can contribute vast knowledge that will be shared with the younger generation. In sharing the same sentiments, the Secretary for the Constitutional and Law Reform Commission, Dr. Mangi Matui, said the journal is set as a platform of opportunity for lawyers to publish their work, to contribute meaningfully, bridging gaps that need to be filled, and educate the people of Papua New Guinea about the importance of their work in the law and justice sector.
This particular journal is one of the platforms that we are giving to the lawyers, to come out and talk about what you are doing.
Meanwhile, the Secretary for the Constitutional and Law Reform Commission, Dr. Mangi Matui, said there is much work that needs to be published, but legal practitioners, especially lawyers, are not making an effort to publish them, which platforms such as the Law Journal allows them to do so.
So many cases that are coming out, that you lawyers come across, that it gives you that opportunity to be able to see those cases and provide commentaries on them. And those lawyers within the State Solicitor's Office, you're dealing with, commercial transaction, okay, commercial matters, contracts. You're dealing with those. You're dealing with some of those, important draft legislations that are passing through you. You are issuing the certificate of necessity. There are some of the issues that you come across that requires you to, probably it bothers you. And you feel that this is not right. This particular journal is provided and gives you that particular platform to be able to provide your commentary or give your views on what you think about that particular transaction that is.
And that ends the news segment. Sports is next. Stay tuned.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase Easy Pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSB branch today to register now for BSB Mobile Banking. BSB Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSB, our bank, our people.
Hiya, Mama. You wait then, but me add him special flavor.
Put in more flavor, put in more taste. Magic kakaru, get up a big smile on face. Time for kim chicken, a great fumu too. Sip, sip, the moo, yes, magic on you.
Magic, the taste PNG loves.
All Mama Flame is story all same.
Me sabe using flame flower long one yem. Me sabe me kim kai belong family belong me. You go more yet.
Man belong me sabe like flower balls belong me what them kawa war na spring onion. All pikinini belong me sabe like him to mas pineapple donut me sabe walk him lo house. Ne make kumu mix him on them cow na karamapim long flower.
Tasty hash browns.
Time is scaling one time olara pela kai. Me sabe kissing more kai long all get a toya mi tromoy one time flame flower.
You enough making more one time flame flower.
Scale Rise brings to you some Scale Indie vibes this independence. Cashing out a total of 300,000 Kina in prize money around PNG this independence. 4 fortnight fortnightly draws, 75 fortnightly winners, 300 total scale rise winners, and 1,000 Kina scale indie prize for every scale winner. Here's how to enter the promotion. Buy any scale or Ori Rice product, write your full name and contact details on the back of the store receipt, drop your entry into the entry box in store. For more information, either check in store or follow us on our Scale Rise PNG page. Terms and conditions apply. Scale Rise, and buy you like it.
Hardware House is more than just a store. It is where quality meets affordability, where culture is proudly celebrated. Spanning 9 provinces, we pride ourselves in offering top-notch customer support and services. We're more than just a store. We're more than a brand. We are Hardware House.
Welcome back. Round 9 matches of the Premier Soccer League at the PNG Football Stadium have been postponed to midweek, given that both the PNG Football Stadium and the Sir John Guy's Stadium will be used for Mass during Pope's visit. The matches scheduled at the PNG Football Stadium will be played on Wednesday, 11th September, while the games in Lae will be contested as scheduled. Matches in Port Moresby will see Lae City FC meet competition leaders the Curry United FC and Gulf Comara FC played Admiralty Island FC in another crucial match. Over at PNG FA Academy in Lae, FC Morobe Wawins will be up against rival club Lae City Dwellers. In the later match, Lae City FC will play the United Highlands FC. The battle is on for a place in this year's preliminary finals as 4 teams fight it out this weekend for the chance to progress in the QRL Hosplus Cup competition. This Sunday, the PNG Hunters travel to Sunshine Coast to take on the Sunshine Coast Falcons for a spot in this year's preliminary finals.
2017 Premiership rivals, the Sunshine Coast Falcons and PNG Hunters, will clash in a blockbuster meeting at Sunshine Coast Stadium, with the winner heading to Bishop Park in Week 3. The last time the two teams met this season, the Falcons defeated the Hunters 66 points to 8. So the key for the Hunters this weekend is to stay true to themselves. The Hunters have nothing to lose and are set to turn the tables after their past 2 matches' high performance. Having seesawed their results heading into the finals, the Hunters are lucky to have survived the final cut and either preliminary finals win. They are presented with a tough test against 4th-place Falcons. The Hunters pack has gained strength from the winning momentum in Port Moresby, boosting the team's final campaign at the Sunshine Coast Stadium tomorrow. Hunters will bank on dynamic hooker and playmaker Judah Rimbu to work the magic around the park and lead the onslaught. Rimbu will have the backing of reliable fullback Sonny Wabo and at the wings Brendan Nima, who had been solid at the edge, if given more room should work wonders for Hunters' scoring opportunities. Kao Kiru Jr., TV1 Sports.
That's it for sports, and now the weather focused for the past 24 hours. Regional focused for the next 24 hours. Southern region, isolated showers and thunderstorm with windy conditions. Momose region, scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms with areas of rain over East Sepik, West Sepik and Morobe province. New Guinea Islands region, scattered showers and thunderstorms with areas of rain. Highlands region, scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms with some areas of rain. And that ends the news tonight. Pleasant viewing. Bye now.
The TVWAN News was proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.